In his second spot, playing left field from Cactus, British Columbia, number 5, Connor Martin. Number 35, hitting third and catching from London, Ontario, Solomon Harwood. In the cleanup spot, number 13, Javier Jr. Playing third base, hitting fifth from Chilliwack, British Columbia, number 9, Zach Kavanaugh. In the sixth spot from London, Ontario, playing right field, number 19, Camden Sanders. Playing first base, hitting seventh from Calgary, Alberta, number 17, Cactus. Giant shortstop is from Goodyear, Arizona. In the eighth spot, number 25, Miles Murphy. And joining the team today from Delta, British Columbia, playing second base, number 32, Scott Allen. Your starting pitcher from Fort McMurray, Alberta, number 7,
Well, hey, what do you say? It is time for Giants baseball on FloCollege. Hello, my friends. So nice to see you. My name is Graham Mosman as we check in with in-house announcer Jerry Neville for our anthems.
As we join local entertainer Max Noseworthy for the singing of our national anthem. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Free, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for
And with that, we are ready to go and get things kicking here. My name is Graham Mosman. So excited to have you here with us on FloCollege for what is absolutely going to be one of the best jersey matchups that you are going to see in the Western Canadian Baseball League, as we have the Fort McMurray Giants rolling up in their black, so good, home kit, trimmed in orange and white. The Energy City Cactus Rats will be joining us in their away grays, carbon gray, reflected in high vis yellow highlights. It is a absolute must-win series if you are the Fort McMurray Giants, as the playoff race in the WCBL is getting tighter and tighter and tighter by the day, and you are not one that wants to get left behind. The Energy City Cactus Rats with a couple games in the lead at the moment, but long is that going to last? If the bats start to line up here for Fort McMurray, as they did just a couple of nights ago against the Moose Jaw Miller Express, pretty much anything could happen in this playoff race. We like to see where all the teams are at and how things are going to shape out when it comes to the Alberta version of the Midsummer Classic, or Alberta and Saskatchewan versions, as we are but 3 short weeks away from the WCBL All-Star Game in Okotoks. Someone for the Fort McMurray Giants to keep an eye on this evening is in the DH slot for the Energy City Cactus Rats, and that would be number 37, Zach Barneo. Now, last year for the then Edmonton Prospects, Barneo was the home run derby slot for the Prickly Boys, or then Prospecty Boys, however you want to put it together. And having him back in the lineup has been absolutely mega, as the Energy City Cactus Rats just got through a 4-game series playing up in Fort McMurray as a temporary home team, while construction continues to be worked on the Energy City Metro Ballpark, taking on the Swift Current 57s as well as the Moose Jaw Miller Express. The Cactus Rats going 3-4-1 through that series, or both of those 2 mini series, I would say. As we get going here, it is Drew Abercrombie to the pitch early on in this one. Abercrombie will be facing down with Fort McMurray's own one Riley Burns. Here's the pitch. That grounds out. Burns will head off, and so will Abercrombie as we go 1 up, 1 down. Returning to the Cactus Rats lineup for the first time in a number of games. Welcome back, Ten Shindo. Shindo playing out of Shizuoka, Japan. Not huge, 5'9", $170, but he has been a force for the Cactus Rats this season. Pitch from Burns, and that'll go wild. Solomon Harwood chasing that down. Harwood back behind the plate for the Fort McMurray Giants, spending some time out in the infield. Here's the pitch. Shindo makes contact, and that will go foul. Two for 4 for Burns here on the season. 5.40 ERA. The pitch. And that'll be wide and outside. Solomon Harwood had a nice couple games as the Fort McMurray Giants took on the Moose Jaw Miller Express, as well as the Swift Current 57s in a... There's the pitch. That'll be outside. As they jump back and forth between playing some Saskatchewan teams who temporarily made Fort McMurray home while the Cactus Rats are in town, and that will be it. Ten Shindo on base. As we are 1 down. Shindo on the corner. There's the pitch from Burns. I'll go alone outside. That's Timo Aracena now. He'll go swinging at that one. Sure to see Timo on the WCBL All-Star roster as Burns goes for the pickoff. Something to keep an eye on when it comes to Ten Shindo. Oh, and that goes to the third base line. That'll go down probably for an error as Shindo makes his way to second. Aracena on first. And that'll bring up Parker Husu from Victoria, British Columbia as we start to get into the meat of the Cactus Rats batting order. Dangerous place to be right now if you are Riley Burns. Is only a freshman playing out of the University of Calgary, so definitely a lot of room to grow here still. But when you are waiting with Zach Barneo and Easton Couture, each of whom are bringing in over 250s on the season, pitch from Burns, that'll go low and outside. Here's the pitch. They will call that the strike. Last time we saw Mr. Riley Burns pulled in a 5-inning performance, only 2 runs in on the Lethbridge Bulls. So that is tough to do. As here's the pitch. That will go up and out into center field. And that will, unfortunately for the Cactus Rats, send Parker Husu with the fly out to center field. He'll sit down for out number 2 on this one. 2 down, runners on second and third as the DH. Zach Barneo comes up now. Barneo, second year in with the Edmonton franchise. Had been signed by the Brooks Bombers this season, but that particular signing didn't come to fruition. As that one will be low and outside. For whatever reason, that didn't pan out, but Brooks' loss will be the Cactus Rats' gains. As in his last appearance, taking on the Moose Jaw Miller Express. Going 2 for 2. There's the pitch. Barneo will go up and out. And that'll be fouled off, excuse me. Barneo takes a walk, resets, 1-1. Got to keep an eye on Shindo. Always fleet of foot. As Shindo through the year has been just stacking up stolen bases. Only 20 games on the season for Shindo this year, so nice to see him back in the Cactus Rats lineup. Pitch to Barneo. He'll let that go. Count 2-1. Absolutely stunning day up in Wood Buffalo today. As swinging at that one is Barneo, as this goes 2-2. Couldn't really ask for better weather, honestly. 23 degrees right now. 26 tomorrow for a Canada Day doubleheader as we are top the first, 2 down. That'll go ball 3. Correction, that'll be a strike. And that will do it for the side. Apologies on that one, folks, as we will take a quick break and be back with the starting lineup for your Fort McMurray Giants. Coming up next, you are watching Giants baseball. It's the WCBL on FloCollege.
We've got burgers, we've got hot dogs, and it's just past supper time. So if you're hungry, if I were you, I'd come down and grab something. I know I am, and I've got an extra special challenge. If you Giants fans who think you can run real fast, because right after this, first person to tag me is going to be getting some free French fries. So come down along the first baseline. We're going to see how fast you can run, and I need some help cheering. When I say go, you say Giants, go! 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 Let's go, Giants! actually fun watching Noah line up the kids up and play tag against them for a big bag of fries. They're off and running. For the Giants, number 26, Connor Laney.
Connor Rainey is going to lead us off here, hometown of Pflugerville, Texas, which I'll be honest, I just like saying because Pflugerville is fun to say. He'll be staring down against one Tristan Harley, one of a cadre of Floridians that make up this Cactus Rat roster. And he swings the first one that goes there. Will that get into the gap? It will now fall, and Rainey will stop up on second. First pitch he sees. That one goes deep, and your Giants immediately find their way to second base. Bit of a tough little run here for the Giants over last chunk of game. Started to work out, though. Pair of wins over Swift Current. Lost to Moose Jaw in what was a very spicy affair. And then a redemption game as they picked up the win against Moose Jaw just last Friday. Pitch from Harley. That'll be outside. Nice work from Connor Rainey to pick up his first bat and his first hit since netting one against Swift Current 3 games back. Unfortunately, Swift Current very much a slump buster for a lot of batters in the Eastern Division primarily. Both these teams having played a pile of games against Saskatchewan teams. It's got to be nice for the playoff run to be back playing folks from your own conference. Harley goes for the pickoff, and Rainey not wasting any time getting back. So Connor Martin is in the box now. Not too bad on the season, as he'll let that go in for call strike one. Hasn't found himself on the home run list, but has been counted on for a decent number of singles throughout the season. Martin in his second year with the Giants ball club. Pitch from Harley. Swinging at that one, and that'll go up and will be grabbed. That will do it. Elias Campbell out there in the field from Patterson, New Jersey to snag that one, and your Giants are down 1. Catcher Solomon Harwood coming into this one now. Tristan Harley's been an interesting pitcher. One of the many Cactus Rats from Embry-Riddle University. A handful of Giants as well. And I was chatting with some Giants players last week. It was interesting to see a lot of the Cactus Rat players come from the Arizona Embry-Riddle campus, and the Giants find theirs from Florida. That'll go for strike one. 2 separate campuses from that college. But Tristan Harley has had a interesting season so far. Only got a single inning in against Moose Jaw when he came in relief. Before that, though, went 5 innings deep against Saskatoon and 4 against Okotoks as Martin chops at that one. That'll go foul. Longest performance for Harley, and this could bode well for the Cactus Rats this evening. 6 innings deep in a 14-0 drubbing of this Giant squad. The Fort Wilfrid Giants yet to be victorious against Cactus Rats this season. Pitch from Harley. And that'll go 1-2. Rainey on second. 1 down. Bottom of the first. Pitch from Harley. And that bat goes long as a Zach Martin is just swinging at that one. Umpire will take a pause, and that will do it. Say hello to Javier Izaguirre Jr. Has played catcher for this Giants ball up on the season, slotting in tonight as the designated hitter. Coming into this one with a 333 pitch from Harley. Izaguirre lets that go. 2 down, Rainey on second. Bottom of the first inning here on FloCollege. I'm Graham Mosman. Thank you so much for joining us. Nice crowd here at Legacy Dodge Field. The pitch. Izaguirre swings at that one. And that goes foul. If you are joining us from south of the border, you may just call this day an average Monday, but for us Canadians, happy Canada Day Eve. Not technically a long weekend, as Canada Day is tomorrow, but anyone who was at work today, did they do real work? Really? Of course not. Pitch from Harley, that'll be low and outside. Count goes 3-0. Two down. 1 on. Runner in scoring position, but can hardly get himself out of this one. That'll be strike 1. Strike 2, excuse me. Izaguirre steps out, resets. Pitch comes. That'll be in the dirt. This count goes full. His teammates just call him Javi, but he might be the clubhouse leader for funnest name in the WCBL. That's where Harley's fastball can really shine. Here's the pitch. That'll be outside, and that will send Izaguirre to first. Thank you to in-house PA announcer Jerry Neville for that one. Yep, that is Zach Kavanaugh, Wright State University, 6'2", $190, 138 on the year, but he does have a single home run on the season, that coming up against Okotoks. And if you can find yourself with a home run against the Okotoks pitching staff, you are doing something right. So it's something to keep an eye on here, as that'll go strike 1. These fans decked out in their Canada apparel, getting set for the day tomorrow. The pitch. And that'll go 1-1. Harley with a stare down. It's Ruderman catching. Swinging at that one is Kavanaugh. It'll head out to center field, and that will do it. As looks like there was Elias Campbell out there in the field to pick that one off. We'll go for a quick break and be right back. 0-0, second inning upcoming. You're watching Giants baseball on FloCollege.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Welcome back. It is Giants baseball here on FloCollege. My name is Graham Moseman. Energy City newcomer Easton Katura up now. Only a handful of appearances for him on the season. The ones he has been in, though, have been very effective. As he found himself with a home run at Lethbridge a couple weeks back. Hard to do against the Bulls staff, who are very much proving themselves to be one of the premier teams in this division. As Katura swings at that one, it'll head off into right center field, and there to admit it is Connor Rainey, who already starting to have himself a nice little game put together. A double in his first run, and a nice defensive pickoff now as the Cactus Rats go one down. Katy, Texas's Reese Ruderman, as he sheds his catcher's gear. That'll be up top. 208 on the season for Ruderman. Only walked 4 times, but only 8 strikeouts. Ruderman's really been counting on this year to cash in some RBIs with that 208 average. This count goes 2-1. There's the pitch. Ruderman hits on that one, and we are heading out into center field. And at the warning track is Connor Rainey to put down the top 2/3 of this Cactus Rat side. Welcome to Kenyon Sanders, a 234 here on the season. Strikes out about 1/3 of the time. So if there's something you can guarantee from Kenyon Sanders is that he is going absolutely swinging at any chance he gets. And just like he will there, that'll head out to the gap and will be picked off. That's it. That's all. Farewell, Cactus Rats. We'll be back with your Fort McMurray Giants coming up next. It's the bottom of the second. Giants baseball on FloCollege.
I love to hear it. I've got Logan, I've got Bo. We're going to be playing Nose It, brought to you by The Alley. The only rule in Nose It is you got to push the baseball from that line to stopper using only your nose. I don't care how you get there, but that's how we're going to do it. First person to stopper is taking on the $25 Alley gift card. I'm going to count them off. 3, 2, 1, let's see it. They're both going with hands and knees as their strategy. I'm surprised I haven't seen an army crawl. That would have been my strategy. They're both neck and neck. Oh, Bo is going. Bo is on fire. He's almost there. And Bo crosses the finish line. Everyone, let's give a huge round of applause. 3, 2, 1, let's get loud for McMurray Giants.
Social media spot and stay in the loop of all the ballpark buzz at FortMcMurrayGiants.ca. If you can't make it to the games, catch every pitch online at FloCollege.com.
Here comes number 19 from Niagara University, Camden Sanders.
Camden Sanders getting us underway here. It's the bottom of the second. No score in this one. As the Giants take on a pre-Canada Day affair with the Energy City Cactus Rats. Tristan Harley with the dish, and that'll be low, and that'll go for ball one. Camden Sanders with a handful of very clutch moments last week for the Giants, picking up a nicely timed double. That'll go strike one. On the 3-0 loss to Moose Jaw, that double gave the Giants a little bit of hope, but did lead to some spicy affairs. As he'll swing at that one. That'll head out into right field, and that is a double, as Parker Husu not able to get there as quickly as he would like. Nicely done, Camden Sanders.
Number 17 for your Giants, Carter Hurkin.
Calgary, Alberta's Carter Hurkin into this one now. Plies his trade at the University of Toronto. It's always interesting to see high-end players from Calgary that don't end up going through the Dogs program, but the U of T, great school. Understandable why he'd want to find his way up there. 250 average on the season, going for the bunt, and that'll be strike one. We definitely have a tendency up here in Canada to forget about the Canadian colleges and how busy they can be, as so many of our players do end up heading down south. Great program from the U of T, as he'll go swinging at that one. Carter Hurkin, 13 hits on the year. Only 50 at bats. There's the pitch from Harley, as that'll foul and chop off. Has yet to be struck out on the season for Carter Hurkin. Bit of a lanky fellow in here at 6'3" and uses all of that form and torque to get everything on the bat that he can, as that'll be almost hit by a pitch, not quite. Count goes 1-2. Cameron Sanders on second for your Giants. Tristan Harley with the pitch. And they're calling that low. We're going 2-2. Giants got to be careful with Ten Shindo there on second base for the Cactus Rats. As between, or Ten Shindo in at shortstop, excuse me. Between him and Aracena, as that one will go foul off. With Timo Aracena on third and Ten Shindo at the shortstop position, that can be a tough part of the field to hit into for the righty Hercules. 2-2. Looking for the pickoff. Pitch from Harley. That one will chop into the infield. And that'll set the Giants up with one down. Miles Murphy moving up in the lineup last week, found himself in the cleanup spot. A couple of huge hits against Swift Current, a 4-2 win. As well as a picturesque line drive double against the Miller Express. One down, one on as Cameron Sanders sits on second. Bottom of the second, no score in this one. Pitch from Hartley. That'll go outside 2-0. You're always a little more comfortable as a batter when you can get ahead in the count. Give yourself a little bit of wiggle room. Chops at that one, and that will go to first, and we will say see you later to Miles Murphy. Appearing for the very first time out of Delta, British Columbia, that is Scott Allen. Normally plays second base here. And this is his first appearance for your Fort McMurray Giants. Find him out of northeastern Oklahoma A&M. Pitch from Harley. This can always be tough when you have zero film on anyone. Who knows what you're going to get? 0-1 the count. 2 down here. Bottom of the... No score, Cactus Rats and Giants. Pitch from Harley. That'll be inside for the 0-2. Nothing to worry about here for Scott Allen, though. Sure, he's seen these situations before as the pitcher is up by a couple. Here it comes from Harley. Going to swing at that one, and he will make contact, and that will head out into left field, and that'll do it. Cactus Rats actually heading to the visitors bench this time. We'll take a break and be right back. It is Giants baseball, the WCBL here on Canada Day Eve on FloCollege.
These champions make every game possible. Huge thanks to Grand Slam sponsor of the Safeway, home run sponsor Jeff Bachelor, Owen Farming, Cassie Valley Bank Plan, Stone Valley Contracting, Home Hardware, and Thirsty Sports Drink. Center forward, Elias Kendall.
Welcome back. Top of the first, or top of the third. Cactus Rats at the plate. That will be a early ball number one. Strike number one, isn't he? That'll go in. Chopped out into the infield. And they're going to call that foul. We don't have the most stellar stats on the year, but that does not do justice to the importance that Elias Campbell has been at times for this team. The strikeouts have stood out for some. I would disagree, as that pitch goes outside. But when you're getting on base with a 217 hitting average, a pile of walks, and you are as good of a base runner as you are, that's how Elias Campbell really shows his worth and really shows how much he can really bring to this Cactus Rat roster. Some broadcasters and folks, I would argue, spend a little too much time looking at the strikeout versus home run number. But you get Campbell on base, just like that, and that is where he is going to show his worth. No one down, one on. Top of the third, no score, as the Fort McMurray Giants taking on the Energy City Cactus Rats on a stunning evening here in beautiful Wood Buffalo. You can't see it as much as we do have a bit of a haze out in this one, but I will still argue that this is one of the most picturesque fields you can find in the WCBL. Nice little crowd getting here together. Going to be an absolute mega day here tomorrow as the Cactus Rats and Giants go back at it for a doubleheader. Here's the pitch. And that'll go 0-1. They do Canada Day differently up here in Fort McMurray, as you see concert lineups as that's fouled off by your leadoff, Drew Abercrombie. You see a lot of lineups of bands that tend to only end up in the really, really big cities, but you got them all together at Fort McMurray. It is a Canada Day like no other. And it'll be even better with a doubleheader against these very same Cactus Rats. Going for the pickoff at first. Does not make it. Burns with that pitch. That will go off into, what a play. Top shelf work to jump on that one by your shortstop. What a play.
Number 6, Tim Schinder.
One down. Campbell on the corner for the Energy City Cactus Rats. There's the pitch. That'll go right to shortstop. And will this be a double? Just that'll do it. That's tough break if you are a Cactus Rat supporter, but outstanding if you are a Giants fan. That'll bring up Timo Aracena into this one as we go 2 down. Top of the third, Shindo on the corner. Aracena at the plate, 2 down here. There's the pitch from Burns, going for the stolen base, and that will be thefted. That's not a real word. We're going to go for it, though, as Aracena goes swinging. But beating the throw is Ten Shindo, as the Cactus Rats get a runner in scoring position. Stare down here with Riley Burns. Aracena swings at that one. That'll go off into left field. That'll bring around Shindo, and the opening run goes the way of the Cactus Rats. Shindo comes home. Aracena on second. 2 outs, no problem. As your Cactus Rats end up on the board. 1-0 our score. That one has to sting for freshman Riley Burns, but if there is one thing we have seen in his seasons with this particular team, as he is going into his third year, with the Giants, but listed as a freshman at the U of C. He shows improvement every single year with that ERA dropping every single time. So being able to pitch himself out of a bind as that one gets fouled off by Parker Husu. Borneo and Coutura up next. Husu in this exact same spot a couple games ago. Crushed one over the right field fence against the Miller Express. Husu goes swinging at that one. This count goes 0-2. Burns keeping on Aracena. There goes the pitch. That almost goes wild. Really great play by Solomon Harwood to keep that from causing any more damage, as Aracena absolutely could have found himself on third. Husu goes swinging. And it looks like that was fouled off. He'll step out and reset. Here's the dish. And they're going to call that a ball. So Riley Burns feels very comfortable wearing a black sweater with that number 7, same one he wears with the UFC. Husu chops at that one. It is going to go foul, as Aracena will have to head on back. Riley Burns did play with the Fort McMurray Miners before ending up at the U of C. Here's the pitch. Husu will pause, take a walk, as this count goes full. 2 down, Cactus Rats with the single point on the board, single run on the board, excuse me. Top of the third. Pitch from Burns. Husu swings at that one. That'll go over Burns' head of the second baseman, who will send it. And that will send the Cactus Rats back to the dugout as we get through this one. We'll go for a break and be right back. It's Fort McMurray Giants baseball. You're watching Flow College.
All right, Giants fans, I'm on the staircase right below that kids' corner, and I was all looking at the menu. We've got ice cream, slushies, freezies, popcorn, heck, we've got chocolate bars, anything that you want. Your chance to win a sweet treat. We're going to be playing some epic Yahtzee right over next to the kids' corner. So anyone's allowed to play. If you want to play, head on down. We're going to get it underway just after this. But I need a favor from all of you right now. Can you do me a favor and help me cheer on our Giants? We're going to do the chant. When I say go, you say Giants. Go! Giants! Go! Giants! Let's go, Giants!
From Dakota State University, number 26, Connor Rainey.
It's Giants baseball here on FloCollege. My name's Graham Mosiman. Thank you so much for joining me on a beautiful night here in downtown Fort McMurray as the first pitch from Harley goes low and outside. Back to the top of the order for the Fort McMurray Giants as Chris Rainey already gone 1 for 1 today. With that opening inning double. As this count goes 2-0. Good spot here for Rainey. That'll be called strike one for Harley. Looks like Harley's just checking over to see his teammates' placement. As looks like they are not operating with the shift. As we head back. 2-1 the count. Pitch from Harley. That'll go wild, and thankfully no one on base for the Cactus Rats side, as that would have advanced a runner or two. Pflugerville, Texas is a bit of an interesting one. Not a huge population, about the size of a Grand Prairie, if you are familiar with Alberta, as that'll go for the strike. 3-2 your count, top of the first. Cactus Rats 1, Giants 0. Pflugerville, very much a suburb of Austin, as that will send Mr. Rainey off to first base. As we really start to get into the early portion of this Giants lineup, are guaranteed to see one of the best hitters for this team on this run, as Connor Martin and Solomon Harwood are up, but with no one down, we will see Izagirre. Pitch from Harley, that is inside. Going for the steal is Rainey, and he'll take it. Nice little steal there by Connor Rainey. Apologies if I've mixed up and called him Chris. I do have a friend named Chris Rainey that has thrown me off a couple times here. But Connor Rainey makes his way to second on the steal. Now, looking for another one on this one as Harley checks back in. Going for the bunt. That'll go, throwing to... That will be the error, we would imagine. We'll see how that gets scored on Point Streak, which is a nice little companion app if you want to go for the two-screen experience. Our very talented crew up here in the Fort McMurray press box. Keep an eye on the score and exact calls of this particular game. Great opportunity here now for Solid Harwood. Runners on the corner, no one down. Top of the third. Cactus Rats up by 1. Here's the pitch from Harley. That'll be outside. Connor Rainey got to be keeping an eye out for that wild pitch, which is bit Harley once already in this inning. Here's the pitch. And that'll go strike 1. Well, this may be a bit of a rough spot for Harley. He has definitely found himself in binds before and able to pitch himself out of them. Pitch from Harley. That'll be outside. Great work by Ruderman to keep that one in play. Ruderman, a very, very lanky and mobile catcher, which is exactly what you want. Especially when, on occasion, ghosts can take pitches and just hurl them all over the field. Runners on the corner, 2 on the count. Here's the pitch. Swinging, and that one is Harwood. We'll go doubles here. 2 runs, or 2 outs. No outs, excuse me. 2 on base, 2 balls, 2 strikes. There we go. This is what happens when the ADHD meds start to run dry. You got that spicy brain, baby. Pitch from Harley. Chopping at that one is Harwood, and that'll go foul. Harwood had a very fortuitous double a couple games back. One of those perfect hits that goes right along the foul line and just stays in play. You can tell his teammates were very stoked for him. Going for the pickoff. Unable to make it. As we're going to have to keep an eye out here for the steal. Here's the pitch. Going down for the steal, and the throw from Ruderman is just a little high as Martin will find himself on second. Harwood here with a count of 2-2. Absolutely stellar opportunity to load the bases here for the Giants. No one down. Harwood walks. And that'll bring up the current leading percentage-wise hitter for the Fort McMurray Giants, Javier Izaguirre Jr. Want to give a little bit extra love to some of the other pitchers for your Fort McMurray Giants, as they have been helping us broadcasters and PA folk get the exact pronunciation down of Javier's name. We're doing our best, but I'm but a young lad from Stony Plain, Alberta. As the ump comes in, chats in here with Harley. Looks like a check-in from Coach Nick. You gotta be. You're in a young. No better at.
For your Fort McMurray Giants, from Wright State University, number 4, Zach Cavanaugh.
We'll take a break and be right back. It is Giants baseball, the WCBL on FloCollege.
Now hitting for the Energy City Cactus Rats, number 37, Zach Cavanaugh.
Second year with the franchise, that is Zach Cavanaugh at pitch. As the opening throw from Burn goes wild. Great story came out a couple days ago from Alberta dugout stories as that'll go pop and up. And a lot of other ballparks, Legacy Dodge Field, that is where home runs go to die in some cases. As that'll be a pop fly out for Zach Cavanaugh, who has yet to pitch at another ballpark in this early part of his WCBL career. Easton Coutura now. As he recently joined the team just a couple weeks out. We'll get to him in a quick moment, but if you have some time, hit up AlbertaDugoutStories.com as Coutura swings at that one. That'll head over and go down. And these Cactus Rats are 2 up, 2 down. Great early work here by Riley Burns. and the defensive side of this Fort McMurray Giants lineup.
Number 33, Reese Ruderman.
Reese Ruderman in now. Tends to stick with the catcher position, but you'll see a couple of these Energy City catchers will pop out into the infield now and again. But Riley Burns recently spoke with Joe McFarland over at Alberta Dugout Stories, talking about his years as, that'll go for strike one. This is his 6th appearance of the year. Striking out now 15 batters on the year as that'll go ball. It's been a big year for the Giants. They've adjusted to the new coaching style of Ray Brown as that goes ball. Ray's big focus and what Riley Burns has echoed has been really making sure that you're a defensive team. Keep it simple. Make the plays as Ruderman chops at that one. That'll go 3-2. You're going to win more games by playing simple. And when talking to new players, maybe finding themselves up in Canada for the first time, never mind Fort McMurray for the first time, as that'll go ball 4 and heading to first base with 2 down is Reese Ruderman. Kenyon Sanders up now. Not a ton of wind in this one. Trees looking fairly still, all things considered, but we do have a bit of haze on the horizon. Kenyon swings at that one. That'll be over the netting and into the crowd here at Legacy Dodge Field, as we watch one young fan go to chase that down. Kenyon Sanders with a 3-run homer. Just a solo shot home run against Regina a couple weeks back. Did have a as that pitch will go for the 1-2. Did have 3 runs scored and 1 hit though in just 2 at-bats. Kenyon Sanders swings at that one. That'll go out and be grabbed. And that'll do it. We're flying through this one. We'll take a break and be right back. It's Fort McMurray Giants baseball here on FloCollege.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
We're gonna see who can run the best. I count them all. 2, and run. Both big players in the lead, surprisingly. Harrison's up there. Harrison's gonna get it. Harrison wins. Harrison takes for Keelan. Give him a block. And let's get loud for our Giants.
Giants, Camden Sanders.
Walking up the sound of ACDC, that is already got 1 for 1 on the day. 1 homer. 5 for 26 on the season. Here's the pitch. As they'll get fouled off. Working his way into one of his longer appearances of the season for the Cactus Rats. Sanders gets at that one. That'll head out into deep left field. And that'll do it. Tough break for Sanders, because in any other ballpark or in a few other ballparks, looking at you, Okotoks, that one is probably going yard. University of Toronto's Carter Hercune in now. Pride of Calgary. Here's the pitch from Harley. That'll be strike number 1. Want to give a lot of props to, is that one to go foul? Tristan Harley. Did end up on the Sunshine State Conference's Commissioner Honor Roll for 3 years in a row. There's the pitch. And swinging at that one is Carter Hercune. Miles Murphy back here. He's had himself a nice little run here. Got to think he'll start cooking pretty soon. 11 strikeouts through 66 at-bats. He's had 14 hits, though, as there's the pitch. That'll be wide outside. 2 down here, as this is the fastest 4th inning I think I've ever seen in my broadcasting career. Interesting to note that even at this level, the growing does not stop. As that pitch will be outside, as going into his freshman season, Tristan Harley was a whopping 6'1". With some measurements now up to 6'3" on his tippy toes, but comfortably say 6'2". There's the pitch. That'll be strike 2. So now we go 2 out. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bottom of the 4th inning here. Giants baseball, this game tied up at 1 here. It's the WCBL on FloCollege, as that'll go outside, and we are looking at a full count. How you doing, Mr. Full Count? Nice to see you. It's been a hot minute. That'll get fouled off as this battle continues. There's the pitch. Have a 1 on as Miles Murphy's good little run continues. Scott Allen back now for his 2nd time at the plate. From Newman University, playing at Northeastern Oklahoma A&M College before he got to Newman. Six appearances in 1 start for the Newman Jets here. For Mr. Scott Allen. Here comes the pitch from Harley. That'll be strike two. See 10 Shindo in front of your screen there shifting off. Waiting for the pitch from Harley. He will do so. One and two the count. Scott Allen at the batter's box. He'll go swinging, and that will do it. Track up another K for Tristan Harley. As we head to the top of the fifth, we will take a break and be right back. You're watching Giants Baseball 1-1 here from Legacy Dodge Field in Fort McMurray. Would not be unfair to call this the most dangerous part of the lineup. The Energy State Cactus Rafters were going Elias Campbell, Drew Abercrombie, Ken Shindo, and then Timo Arcina. As Riley Burns stays in for his fifth inning. Pitch for Burns, that'll be outside, 1-0. It was a great little interview with Joe McFarland of the Alberta Dugout for his podcast. There's the pitch, that'll be high and outside, 2-0. You can really tell the pride that Burns has getting to play in front of his hometown. Campbell goes swinging that one. That'll go 2-1. He'll step out, reset, and come on back. Hometown pride's a fierce thing up here in Fort McMurray, as it is here's the pitch. That's outside, 3-1. City of transplants in many ways, but the folks that find their homes here and really want to stay, they stay for a very long time. And that'll be strike two as this count goes full for Elias Campbell. Really hoping for the K here if you can swing it from Burns. Here comes the pitch, and the swing is not going to be there. That'll be outside. That'll be ball four as we bring out Drew Abercrombie. Thank you to Jerry Neville for that one. Yes, there's something about the Brewski beer batter. Whenever they get named, going for the bunt is Abercrombie, and that will go foul. Unfortunately for the Cactus Rat side. There is something about the Brewski's beer batter, though. If they don't make it to first, beer goes on sale here at Legacy Dodge Field. For whatever reason, in every game I have called, and it's only been a few, Fort McMurray Giants baseball, the Brewski's beer batter never has a good game. Is it a curse? Some type of wild north sorcery? Who can say? But either way, the fans are very happy for their draft beer sales. Pitch from Burns, going for the bunt once again. That'll go foul. I'll call that a ball, I suppose. 2-0 the count. That'll be outside. That'll go ball number 3. But the hometown feeling for, as we do a quick correction, that'll be 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Drew Abercrombie off those bunt fouls. As the Jeopardy music rings out here at Legacy Dodge Field, going for the pickoff. Does not do it as Elias Campbell stays safe on first. Hometown pride's a fierce thing in Fort McMurray just because you do have so many people that come here and go for the steal. Campbell slides in and he will not make it. The pickoff is successful as there is Scott Allen in his first game right there to make sure no damage is done on the steal as Campbell heads back to the Cactus Wrap bench. Pitch from Burns. That'll go foul from Abercrombie. Got to be careful with Abercrombie, though. He can go yard. And on a very similar night that was not a lot of wind, he went full. That will be called strike 3. Abercrombie not impressed. Unsure if it's not impressed with himself or impressed with the call. And once again, the curse of the Bruce. I'll be back to the bench, and 10 Shindo at the plate. 2 down here for the Cactus Wrath. That first pitch goes low. 1-1 your score, top of the 5th. 2 down here. Pitch from Burns. Shindo gets that one. It'll be up and into the netting. Timo Aracena there, grabbing that one to throw it to a waiting fan or ball person. Looks like ball person. 10 Shindo chops at that one right to Burns, throws to first. And that'll do it. We'll take another break, be right back. Your Giants are on deck next. It's Fort McMurray Baseball, the WCBL on FloCollege.
We've got t-shirts, hoodies, hats, anything you could ask for down at the swag shop. And when you're down here, there's a bar down here on the main concourse. And right now, if you act quick, 2 for 10 draft beer. So if you do want a beer, now's the time to get going up. So head down to the swag shop, grab some new gear, head over there, check it out. And I got a favor to ask all of you guys here tonight. We're going to get as loud as we can for the Giants on 3. 1, 2, 3, let's go, Giants!
Hitting for your Giants, number 26, Carter Rainey.
Rainey swings that one. That'll head out into the field. And that will fall. First pitch he sees into the gap. And your Giants are on the base. My name's Graham Mosman. Thank you so much for joining us here at Fort McMurray Giants Baseball on FloCollege. I'll be with you for the next chunk of Giants games as Matt Hecker deserves takes some well-deserved vacation. Harley goes to the pickoff, not to be. Sorry about this little camera wobble. Starting to get some wind in the outfield. There's the pitch. Swing at that one into the gap. Going for the double play. 2-1 down. They go.
Now coming to the plate, number 35, Solomon Harwood.
That will sting a little bit if you are the top half of the Fort McMurray Giants lineup. Really had a lot of hope to start to put some damage into this score, but we remain tied at 1, bottom of the 5th. Mask pops off for Ruderman. We'll keep an eye for Tristan Harley as is listed from Embry-Riddle University, but also in his 19-year-old season. Played some time at the Waynesboro Generals, the Valley League, and the Champion City Kings of the Prospect League just last season. There's the pitch from Harley. That one will find contact and not quick enough on the return for a throw. Nice work from Solomon Harwood. As Harwood ends up with Javier Izaguirre Jr. and his .300 average returns to the plate. Calls Riverside, California home. This now only his 3rd game as a Cactus Rat, as a Giant, as that Cactus Rat pitch from Tristan Harley goes outside. Has shown a lot of promise with Embry-Riddle, with some very quality defensive starts throughout his college season. May not have a huge frame, but when he gets full contact on that baseball, it is going far off into the field. As this count goes 1-2. Harley with the advantage now. Runner on the corner. 1-1 all in this one. Bottom of the 5th. Pitch from Harley. Swinging is Izaguirre. And that will do it. We'll be back with the bottom of the 5th. Where are we? These games go so fast. We'll be back with the Energy City Cactus Rats at the top of the 6th. We'll be checking in with the top third of their lineup. A quick break here on Giants Baseball. You're watching FloCollege. If you go by the average, that is the number 3 hitter in all of the WCBL. Timo Aracena now for the Cactus Rats. Burns stays in. Aracena lets it go by. Aracena having an unbelievable season for this Cactus Rat squad, responsible for a ton of the offense we've seen so far. As we go 1-1, it's 12 strikes. These Cactus Rats are going to run into the number 1 hitter by average this weekend at their homecoming games. As for the first time as the Cactus Rats, they'll have a chance to play in front of real home fans in Spruce Grove. Burns, Aracena swings at it. That'll go off into center field, and it will be by Sanders as the Cactus Rats go 1 up, 1 down.
Number 3, Arthur Husu.
Connor Roth currently leading the averages for the entire league, playing with the Medistamp Mavericks. And the Cactus Rats pitching, you'll see exactly what that's about during their homecoming games this weekend. You can grab your tickets for that at cactusrats.ca. Pitch from Burns, Parker Husu lets that go by. 1-1 the count, 1 down, top of the 6th. This score tied at 1. Pitch from Burns, gets that one, is Husu, and he will head to first, and that is as far as he will go as that goes down for the line drive single. Husu on first. Zach Barneo going 2 for 2 last run out here for the Cactus Rats. We'll see if he can find something. He lets that go by, and that'll be off the toe. He'll be hit by a pitch. And we will say hello to Easton Katura. If you're a Cactus Rats fan and in the Metro Edmonton area, we'd like to think you're all a part of Energy City, as that is the energy that makes up not just the city of Edmonton, the surrounding communities, but all the energy that goes through North and Central Alberta. Love to see you for our homecoming celebration of community baseball. We got food trucks. There'll be a special commemorative ticket. Kind of think of what the Field of Dreams tickets look like. Oh, they're gorgeous. Be able to pick up a complimentary one of those collectibles. And cheer on the Cactus Rats for the very first time in front of a home crowd. Though we do have so much love and thanks for fans and parents who have traveled down to Sylvan and Fort McMurray and all over to see this team of Road Warriors continue to play. Husu on second, Barneo on first. Katura in for the Cactus Rats. Easton Katura with a very illustrious ball career so far. Playing some time around Vauxhall Academy. He's found himself up on the Alberta's Canada Cup roster and definitely will be around some of the Canada national rosters. Did find some time at the Canadian Futures Showcase in Toronto a couple years back. One-time winner of the Gordie Wilson Memorial Award from Baseball Alberta. Going for the pickoff, and Husu is safe. Did you see the crack on occasion from DHs can't run? Well, keep an eye on Barneo. As Katura finds contact with that one, that'll go out into the outfield, and Sadly for the Cactus Rats, that will be 2 down. Reese Ruderman up now. Gone 0-4-1 today. But looks like we're already having a little chat with Harwood and Burns. So you got to wonder how much more time is left in Burns' evening. We're checking with our wide shot here. If you pop out and look in the far left in the foul territory, it looks like there's some folks warming up for the Fort McMurray Giants. We'll try to find out exactly who for you in just a quick moment. Burns having to keep a keen eye on Husu as that'll go strike one. Husu can absolutely fly. It's one of the things that Coach Jordan Blundell is really focused on is the speed and conditioning. A couple of well-timed stolen bases can make all the difference, especially in a tight ball game. As we're top of the sixth and it's still tied at 1. 2 on, 2 down. 2 strikes on the board for Ruderman. Ruderman makes contact with that one. That'll head on out. And chasing it down is the center fielder, Connor Rainey. And that will do it. We'll be back. The bottom of the sixth is up next. You're watching Fort McMurray Giants baseball here on FloCollege.
Jeffrey Russell, could you please make your way to the swag shop? Once again, Jeffrey Russell, could you please make your way to the swag shop immediately? Thank you. Now coming to the plate, number 4, Zach Kavanaugh.
With a little bit more pomp and circumstance. First pitch goes. That will be strike one. Nice to see Harley going 6 and a bit innings deep here now, as that one's chopped foul, 0-2. Finding that longevity and saving some work for your relief staff can be absolutely mega. So the longer Harley can go, as that one goes wide outside, 1-2. The longer you can go, the better it'll work out for the Cactus Rats. As swinging at that one is Kavanaugh, and taking that K is Harley. Camden Sanders already a hit tonight, and some nice work in the outfield. He'll go, I'll call that tip foul. .25 at bats, 4 hits, couple of runs in for Camden Sanders. A little ways north of where he's usually loose to inhabiting, because that one goes inside for the 1-2. From the pitching hotbed, or the baseball hotbed of London, Ontario. If you're looking for some great music themed for London, may I recommend B.A. Johnston's Werewolves of London, Ontario. As that pitch goes low, this count moves 3-2. There's the pitch. He'll swing at that one. That will head into the gap, and Sanders does not keep going, but that is okay because we'll take that one.
It's number 17, Carter Herkin.
Carter Hercune is back from the University of Toronto. One down. Run around the corner as Hercune waits for the pitch. That'll be outside and into the dirt. Keep an eye on the Cactus Rats bullpen, as we do have some signs of life over there. As that one brings us to the 1-1. 353 average for the University of Toronto, so he is someone that can sling it. And be careful for Hercune. That'll go strike 2. The on base in his 2022 season was something special. Took the 23 year off, but found himself an on base of 500 as that pitch goes outside for the 2-2. From Central Memorial High School in Calgary. There's the pitch. That'll be inside, and this count goes full. Our compatriots in the Okotoks Dogs have such a feisty ball history throughout the Calgary region. It's always surprising to see someone from Calgary not ending up in their program, but that'll go way outside. That will send everyone ahead by 1, and it looks like that'll do it for Tristan Harley. It's always a tough walk when you see your coach heading to you, but still putting together a number of innings like that with only one run in, hard to be upset. Hard to be upset with an appearance like that. And we'll see if this is a pull or if in fact it is just a chat. A little tough to tell from this vantage point. As our ump crew comes to check in here. 1 down, 2 on when we come back to Miles Murphy for the Fort McMurray Giants. Harley will stay. Murphy 0 for 1 of the day. Still with a 2-12 on the season. Although against Harley is pitching or is hitting a 500. Going for the pickoff there at second, and Sanders is safe. Gotta wonder if that attempt is earlier on in this game, if that throw is just a millisecond or two quicker. I see the fans gathered in here on a stunning night in Wood Buffalo. Pitch from Harley, straight down the middle. Call that the 0-1. Oh, correction, 1-0. Maybe less straight down the middle than our vantage point led us to believe. Pitch from Harley. That'll go 2-0. It's a very different role coming in when you are coming in to close out a game as opposed to when you were starting from the tippy top. Got to keep in mind of your speed and effort exerted, as that one goes outside for the 1-2. Waiting for this one. There's the pitch. Swinging at that one is Murphy. And we go 2 down here for the Giants. 2 down, 2 on. And coming up with his third at bat of his WCBL career, Scott Allen. That pitch, strike one. Great chance here for Harley to get himself out of a bit of a bind. 2 on, 2 down, bottom of the 6th. The score tied at 1 here from Wood Buffalo. Pitch Harley. Strike 2. And will he sit down another? Hometown of Tallahassee, Florida. The stare down. Check back, pitch from Harley. That'll be up top for a ball 1. Can comfortably call this his longest appearance of the season. Last one in this sort of length was right here against these same Giants. Here's the pitch. There's the swing. That goes foul. Harley really wanted to put this one down. Here's the pitch. That will be heading on up into center field, and down goes the side as we will take a break and be back. Top of the 7th is next. You're watching Giants baseball. We're flying through this one. It's the WCBL on FloCollege.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Pitching for your Giants, number 36, Eli McKean. Now hitting for the Cactus Rocks, 13, Kenyon Sanders.
And we're back. It's Giants and Cactus Rats on the WCBL. Sanders at right, and look, two of the biggest now. Eli. 2 losses on the season here with the Giants. Doesn't unfortunately showcase the nice work he's done, though. 13 innings pitched. 13 strikeouts as that one goes up and high. Into foul territory. Did he get it? Yes, he did. And down goes Kenyon Sanders. Pitching out of the University of Fraser Valley, another Calgary kid up here in Wood Buffalo. Mind for him to go somewhere between 2 and 3 innings today. Unfortunately, with those 2 credited losses, still an impressive 2.63 ERA. 7 walks, 17 hits. The number that sticks out to, though, averaging a strikeout an inning. As this count goes 0-2. Kenyon Sanders. Here's the pitch. He'll hit that one, and it is out and off into deep right field. And Camden Sanders is there waiting for it. Sanders on Sanders violence. As we are 1 down here, top of the 7th. Energy City 1, Giants 1.
Number 40, Elias Campbell.
Hello again to Elias Campbell. The Patterson, New Jersey native. There's the pitch. There's the swing, and that will ground out as Murphy throws. Hercune is there, and the Cactus Rats are down 2 fast. Game's only been on for 2 hours. We're already almost into our bottom chunk of the lineup and lower third of this game. Drew Abercrombie, your Carson Brewski's beer batter. As a reminder, we haven't done the stats on this one, but it looks like whoever is named the Brewski's beer batter, as that is popped out. Second baseman is there for it, and that'll do it. We'll be back. That'll clear that top half of the inning. We'll take a break. It's Giants baseball on FloCollege.
For stepping up to the plate once again. We're proud to share the news about their renewed partnership with the Regional Recreation Corporation of Wood Buffalo, keeping the action alive at Legacy Dodge Field for 5 more years.
All right, Giants fans, it's middle 7. You know what that means. It's time for the 7th inning stretch. So, kids, what do we say? Let's see it clap.
For the Giants, number 26, Connor Rainey.
Number 4, the FloCollege Giants, Connor Rainey back out there, having himself a heck of a game. Early possibility and for player of the game. Yeah, let that one go by as we have a pitching change for the Energy Cactus Rats. In Sherwood Park, Alberta, playing at the U of Mary. Say hello to Archer Blumenstein. Put it with a win and a loss. Nearly for a playoff. The victim of a couple of very one-sided innings that have tilted that ERA into one of those numbers that you're just looking at and you're going, oh, that's just bad luck. But the U of Mary is very excited to have him on their crew. Just like the Cactus Rats are excited to have him up here for the summer season. 2 balls, 1 strike. As Rainey takes a walk. Not a walk to first, just a walk out of the box. There's the pitch. He gets him. Nice work by Archer Blumenshine. Back-to-back Connors here. Something you normally only see from the Edmonton Oilers, although who knows if Connor Brown will stay with that hockey club through the end of the year. Big day for hockey fans tomorrow as NHL free agency comes to an opening. Pitch from Blumenshine. Swinging at that one is Martin. Pitch from Blumenshine. Swinging at that one and making contact is Connor Martin. That will end up in the center field, though. And just like that, we are 2 up, 2 down. Playing with the McMurray Marauders. Did find himself with a 8.18 ERA this season. 11 innings pitched. Big fan of trying to work that fastball as quickly and efficiently as he can. There's the pitch. That'll be inside. If you've been watching Cactus Rat Baseball throughout the year, you may have noticed they have a brand new hat. You can find that in the Energy City Cactus Rats shop. It's the going for the pickoff at second, and safe is Rainey. Nice, well-timed run by Connor Rainey. The showdown between Harwood and Blumenshine continues. Base there. 1 down, 2 balls, no strikes. 1-1 your score. That's 2-1 your count. Bottom of the 7th. Pitch from Blumenshine, checking in on Martin. Here it goes. That'll be strike 2. Pitch from Blumenshine. That'll go ball 3. Count is full. Had found himself transferring down a little bit. Was just with the University of UMary this last season. Before that, could find him at the University of Texas Permian Basin. As unfortunately, that goes for ball number 4. And we are 2 on, 1 down. Javier Izaguirre Jr. now. 1 down, 2 on. Bottom of the 7th for the Giants. There's the pitch. Izaguirre swings at that one. That'll hit off into center field. And it will drop. And the Giants will get home. How about that? And the Giants have taken their first lead of this ball game, 2-1. Two down here now, or 1 down here for the Fort McMurray Giants, 2 on. As Izaguirre and Harwood end up on the bases. Zach Kavanaugh 0 for 3 today, but that doesn't mean he can't make the Cactus Rats pay as that pitch goes wide and outside. But if you've been watching Cactus Rats Baseball this year, you may notice a brand new hat that is available in the Cactus Rat shop. It is black with the high-vis yellow accent and the EC word mark or letter mark, however you want to phrase it. One of a handful of hat designs we have up in the Cactus Rat shop right now that are surely to at least prevent one sunburn this year. Maybe two if you wear it all the time. And you should. We love skin health. Bloom and Shine gets the strike, and this one goes 2-1. Not to be missed, though, up in the Giants fan shop, we do have some brand new design T-shirts that have just been put out. Pitcher Bloom and Shine, swinging at that one is Kavanaugh. And this count goes 2-2. There is a slight discount on a couple different jerseys up in the Giants fan shop, as that one is fouled off by Kavanaugh. There's the fan shop. Just turn around to your kind of right side. You'll see some of previous year jerseys. Still look real sharp. But you can find those alongside the jerseys that the Giants are wearing right now. Pitch from Bloom and Shine. Ball 3. This count is full. A walk here would load the bases with Harwood and Izagirre at second and first, respectively. Full count. Bloom and Shine with the stare down. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. Take another K, Bloom and Shine, as that will sit down Zach Kavanaugh. One out can make all the difference in an inning, as what looked like an opportunity here for the Giants to stack up a bunch of runs is looking a little bit more tilted in favor of the Cactus Rats. Gotta wonder how long until the Cactus Rats bats start to wake up, as Bloom and Shine stays in this one. There's the pitch. That is high and up. Ducking out of the way is Camden Sanders. Do you want to be careful that you're not accidentally loading up the bases, as that one is hit into third. Aracena will tap it, and down goes the sign. We'll be back with the top of the 8th inning. You're watching Giants Baseball on FloCollege.
first base for your Giants from London, Colorado, number 34, Matt Rose. Now hitting for the Cactus Rats, number 6, 10, Shindo.
Dangerous part of the lineup here is Tim Shindo is in for the Cactus Rats. You have a positional change for the Giants as coming in for Javier Ezequiel. Here is 3-4 up. No, Matt Rose playing among Colorado. At a very nice season on both sides of the ball this year. 310 average as Shindo chopped out. Last game against Moose Jaw, home run and helped seal that one. You'll find that highlight on the WCBL This Week show. Pitch come, Shindo swings out and over. Solid chance to land up on the best of for the weekend. So did end up going. That one was a little close. It would have steered him. Get to the count. Here's the pitch. Shindo. There for another inning. 6'2", $175 from the University of Fraser Valley in beautiful British Columbia as Shindo fouls again, and this is turning into an absolute battle. You can just feel how he knows how close he is to getting some real lumber on it. Here's the pitch. That is outside. This count is full. Shindo, a very lively figure at the bat. Here's the pitch. Swings at it. That goes foul, and this battle continues. We are now nine pitches deep. That'll be pitch number 9, and off for the walk is Ten Shindo. Cactus Rats are on the base. Go-ahead run coming to the deck. And that is your third leading batter in the entirety of the WCBL, Timo Aracena. Want to give a special shout-out to Timo's, I believe it's his mother, Amber. I think he's watching us on FloCollege right now. Let's see Amber Aracena. As that'll go for strike one. Let's see Amber Aracena all over the Energy City Cactus Rats Facebook pages. Pitch here from McKean. Timo lets that go by. 1-1. Timo has become a fixture of this team over the last number of years. Big personality, big smile, and a big part of holding together the energy of this Cactus Rat team. High school from Vero Beach High School out in Florida. Playing out of the Aeronautical Campus for Embry-Riddle in Daytona Beach, Florida. There's the pitch. That is up high, and we are 1-2. And that one goes foul. In all levels of college as well as summer ball, Timo with the .283 batting average. There's the pitch. That'll go inside and down low, as the patience from Timo brings this count to a 2-2. Second year with the Edmonton franchise. Had a heck of a season, but nothing like this one. There's the pitch. There's the swing. Wow! What a play by Miles Martin. Miles Murphy, excuse me. There's a lot of M's on this lineup card as Miles Murphy leaps to snag that one out of the air. Normally, Timo's going for a run there, but what a defensive play by the shortstop in Miles Murphy. I'll bring up Parker Husu, 1 for 3 on the day. Now, Husu did have the run a couple days ago here at Legacy Dodge Field. Count of 0-1. Going for the pickoff, and Shindo looks like he's safe on the corner. What a stellar play by Miles Murphy to keep further damage off the scoreboard. Top of the 8th, 1 down. 10 Shindo on the corner. Fort McMurray with the slimmest of leads over the Energy City Cactus Rats. He'll let that one go. And going for the steal is Shindo, and he will make it. Tying run in scoring position, only 1 down. With the DH, Zach Barneo, and Easton Katura up next. There's the pitch. That is outside, and that'll go off the foot, looks like. And tough situation here now for Eli McKean, as 2 of the most prolific batters for the Cactus Rats, and Zach Barneo and Easton Katura, are sure to show up in this inning. Zach Barneo, since making his way back up to the Edmonton franchise, was a bit stuck in what numbers he could pick. Normally one to wear something high in the Aaron Judge-esque or Wayne Gretzky-esque 99. Wasn't in the cards this time, as we see him here in the also equally as cool number 37. Shindo looking for another steal, as Barneo smartly lets that go outside. Or called strike 1, excuse me. Shindo watching for the spot. McKean there to pick him off if he can. That pitch goes outside, and if not for Solomon Harwood, Shindo is absolutely moving on to 3. Top of the 8th inning. 1 down, 2 on. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Up high. And 2 steals on that one. As pushing ahead, we both have Parker Husu and 10 Shindo. Could even go for the sack fly now here if you are Zach Barneo, and you got to think he'll just swing on anything that comes his way, even if it's not necessarily going yard. That'll be 3-1. Of course, you could walk Zach Barneo and bring out Easton Katura, who is one of the more prolific batters at this level of baseball. Not something you want to do either. That is foul out. 2-2. Remember, one out here. Easton Couture on deck. A walk loads the bases. Here's the pitch. Up and outside. Welcome to the loaded bases. Cactus Rats have an absolute 10-bell opportunity now to put an absolute slobber knocker on the chin of the Fort McMurray Giants, but it looks like that'll do it for young Eli McKean. As well, we'll try to get you a number entering in for your Fort McMurray Giants.
On the ground for your Giants, number 14, Luke Glenn.
Pitching warming up now as trying to get you a number. A little tough to see up from our vantage point here in the press box at Legacy Dodge Field. Again, Eli McKean sitting down. Perfect. He warms up. The 2-minute warm-up is always one that takes a little bit of time here. Turns out it's exactly 2 minutes. Bases loaded for the Energy City Cactus Rats. Looks to be a looking to see who that is. I believe it's number 14.
Now pitch running number 7, Rio Uno.
We have a pinch hitter coming in along. New pitcher, big moment here as we go 1-1. Uno swings at that one. That'll head to the outfield. And go foul. Will they be able to chase it down? No. 1-2. Hey, late in the game, every little bit counts if you can tire out some of these runners. As it looks like we have a frozen camera at far center here. Apologies for that, folks. We'll just work this camera angle as much as we can. Bases loaded, one down, top of the 8th. There's the pitch. Uno swings at that one. That'll go off into far right field. And will it drop? It will, but that'll go down as a sacrifice fly as sliding in is Ten Shindo. This game is tied at 1.
33, Reese Ruderman.
Huge moment there for the Cactus Rats as Ruderman comes on. And there is still the chance to do further damage, as we are now sitting at 2 outs. Apologies here for the camera difficulties, folks. Once we get to the bottom half of the 8th, going for the steal, and that'll do it. Uno advances on the stolen base. A bloop single here could do a world of hurt to the Fort McMurray Giants. As you see their alignment drawing in. Pitch from Glenn. Uno lets it go, and oh, it looks like we are just working through some difficulties here, folks. I'm going to take a quick break. I will be right back. See if we can clear up some of these foibles with Giants baseball here on FloCollege. That one will get a hit, and we'll go for a break. We'll be right back. Bottom of the 8th. Your Giants are on deck next. It's Fort McMurray baseball here on FloCollege.
That's all right. We're all down here rooting for Scott. We're looking at 3, 2, 1. Run! Oh, you're falling behind. Harrison's coming up quick. Harrison takes the win. Everybody get ready. Let's take out Sutter. Oh my goodness, buddy. Come on. We're going to go get some for some water. But in the meantime, when I say go, you say Giants, go! 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 Let's go, Giants!
Number 34, McMurray.
And welcome back. It's Giants baseball here on FloCollege. Apologies for those technical foibles, but hopefully we'll get a couple of minutes, and we'll get this to you as best as we possibly can. There's the pitch, and that'll be foul one, and into that. Archer Bloom staying down as we see a face off against Matt Rhodes. Matt Rhodes, the key hitter, a couple games ago for your. 3-1 the count now. Here's the pitch. Swing at that one is Rhodes, and that will go. Got to be real careful here, as Zach Barneo has been replaced as the DH by Richiro Uno. Hopefully not dealing with anything too bad, as that is popped up into the infield. And Rhodes will sit down next. We'll say hello to Miles Murphy. Unsure what the problem is with that particular camera. Again, we do apologize, folks. We're doing our best. Pitch from Moonshine. That'll go off into center field. And there to meet it is Kenyon Sanders. And just like that, we are 2 up, 2 down in the bottom of the 8th inning. As this might be one of the fastest games I can remember in quite a long time. Or maybe there's the pace is really good. Who can say? Popped up, and that'll do it. Quick little inning for your Giants, unfortunately. As we'll be back, top of the 9th, Cactus Rats on deck, as we will hear from Easton Couture, Reese Ruderman, and Kenyon Sanders after the break. You're watching Fort McMurray Giants baseball on FloCollege.
That's a huge amount of money. Great way to celebrate the end of the day. And thank you for the support of Fort McMurray Giants and Fort McMurray Minor Baseball. Your 50-50 number, 179 671 34. That number again, 179 671 34. You just won $1,835. Congratulations. Number 13, Kenyon Sanders. Elias Campbell. It's time for today's Brewski's Beer Batter, number 18, Drew Abercrombie. If the beer batter doesn't make it to first base, draft beer is 2 to 10 until the first pitch of the next Giants at bat.
Sorry about those some of those technical foibles, folks, as we are working out some camera problems here. We are back with Giants baseball here, and you can see been a rough go for the home side as a bunt, an error, and a single out to left field as well as a hit by a pitch have the bases loaded with the scariest part of the Cactus round lineup up here as going through, barring triple play, we will see the league's third leading batter in Timo Aracena coming up next. That pitch almost goes wild. Shindo holding up the hand to keep Kenyon Sanders from bolting to first. Smart play there by Shindo to keep that game managed here. There's the pitch. That'll go for strike number 2. There's the pitch. Shindo swings at that one. And that looks like it's fouled out. Showdown moment here from Luke Glenn. Shindo finds contact. Throwing home. And safe is Shindo. Runner out at home, it looks like, though. Yeah, that indeed will be the case. The bases will stay loaded. Good heads-up play there, though, from Zach Kavanaugh to keep this score even. And it looks like that will do it for the evening. Two errors, a couple of hits, as we will say goodbye to Luke Glenn. If there's anyone that get the Giants out of this bind, though, it is the man that is coming up to the mound right now, wearing number 33. Giants fans, you know him well. Cactus Rat side, you may not be familiar with Ash Amerland. He's from Aruba, playing at Montreat College. 3.56 ERA on the season. Mostly showing up as a starter. He did have one appearance in relief against Lethbridge back on June 14th. Now, he has been credited with losses. Technically is 0-3, but that does not do justice to what he has put together here. 35 strikeouts through 17 innings pitched. Pretty much everything you want in a closer, but he has been good enough to start. It's just the bats haven't been quite there for the Fort McMurray Giants. Still, though, 2 outs to go. Bases are loaded. Timo Aracena about to come to the plate. This would just put another exclamation mark on Aracena's very strong bid for the WCBL All-Star Game. That goes July 19th down in beautiful Okotoks, Alberta. See some fans get, in some parts of the WCBL, get a little annoyed that Okotoks having now so many All-Star games. But when you do it right and you put on a good show, it's understandable why they keep going back. Although with new stadiums coming online in Energy City, and who knows what can happen with the Regina Red Sox under their new ownership, might see a few more locations for that game coming up in the very near future. Timo Aracena at the dish, at the plate, at the thing, the place where you hit stuff. First pitch, Aracena lets it go. If there was ever going to be a moment for Timo, this is it. As that one goes inside, he is hit by a pitch, and that will bring the runner home. Welcome, Ken Jan Sanders. I believe that he looks like it is Ken Jan. Either way, they don't ask you how you got home, just if you did or not. And 1 run, in fact, scores. That's got to be nice for the Energy City side, as a couple weeks ago they were unfortunately victims of a walk-off walk against Brooks. There's the pitch. Amerlin misses that one. That would go through second. 1 run comes home. Second one coming in, and he will make it. How about that? 2 more runs in for the Cactus Rats. As 10 Shindo looks like was one of them. As we double check here.
Now hitting number 29, Hunter Ferguson.
All right, we have another substitution as we welcome Hunter Ferguson in place of Richiro Uno. 5-2 the score of the Cactus Rats. 1 down. That pitch goes for strike number 1. That's gotta sting a little bit for Ash Amerlin, but when these Cactus Rat backs wake up, they are hard to silence. Pitch to Ferguson, that'll go strike 2. Top of the ninth, 1 down. Keep an eye on for a potential steal. As that will sit down Hunter Ferguson. Easton Katura up now. 5-2, 2 down, top of the 9th inning for the Energy City Cactus Rats. Whereas on first and second, pitch goes strike 1 against Katura. Ruderman is warming up next. See if we find him in this half inning. There's the pitch from Amerlin. Ventura lets it go. Amerlin teeing up. Here's the pitch. That will be outside. For the Cactus Rats, you just want to see if you can just drive one more run home to really put a punctuation mark on this one. Here's the pitch for Amerlin. And that will be ball 2. Two to the count, 2 down. Cactus Rats 5. Fort McMurray Giants 2. After a 3-run inning, Katura gets that one. That'll stay in bounds. Katura will go to second. Running home is 1, 2. And they will beat the throw as that is Aracena and Hushu. Stack up a couple more runs for the Energy City Cactus Rats. And just like that, this inning has gone from bad to worse for the Fort McMurray Giants. Oh, that absolutely has to sting. As this is a 7-2 margin. Heartbreak across Giants Nation. Thankfully, we'll have a chance to rebound, though. Here's the pitch. Oh, inside. We'll have a chance to rebound not once, not twice, but thrice. Wait, that's not right. Not once, but twice. As the doubleheader for Canada Day gets underway tomorrow here at Legacy Dodge Field. Want to know the count. Runner on second. That's Easton Katura getting his line drive single, double, excuse me. Amerlin with the pitch. Watching Katura. Here's the throw. That count goes 1-1. 2-2. Standing tall is Ruderman. 1-2 the count, 2 down. Katura on second. And that pitch will go wild, and throwing to first, Ruderman will be out. Katura will be stranded, and your Giants got to throw on the rally caps and try to salvage this one. It is the WCBL. Anything can happen, though, so do not go anywhere. It's Fort McMurray Giants baseball. You're watching FloCollege.
Now pitching for the Cactus Rats, number 14, Garrett Peterson.
We are back. It's Giants baseball here, do or die territory. And when you're in that zone, who else do you want at the box but Connor Rainey? 2 for 3 on the day, 11 for 59 on the year. Has yet to face the new pitcher for the Energy City Cactus Rats. From Victoria, British Columbia, that is Derek Peterson, playing out of Montreal College. All of his appearances in relief this year, 4.72 ERA, averaging a strikeout per inning with only 2 walks. You can see why now, as that count is 1 and 2. As the Cactus Rats want to seal this one away. Two to the count. Peterson and Rainey. Peterson with the pitch. Rainey swings that one. That will pop up foul, and there to meet it is the... Nope, unfortunately that'll go foul for the Cactus Rats. Rainey will stay in here on this one. 2 to the count. And this will go full. 7-2 the score. Grand Slam doesn't even tie it just gets you closer. As the rally caps are out here at Legacy Dodge Field. That'll go foul, 3-2. Derek Peterson, no stranger to some long at bats. More than one battle in this Cactus Rat season for Derek Peterson that have ended up in the double digits. Here comes the pitch. Swinging at that one is Connor Rainey out into right field, and Husu is there, and the Cactus Rats are 2 outs away. Connor Martin now, number 5. 2 for 4 on the day. Really helped pick up his 163 average going into this one. Pitch from Peterson, that'll be outside for the 1-0. Pitch. That'll be strike 1. Rallying cry echoing out here through McDonald Island Park. Going to be a very loud one tomorrow as Canada at Mac Island gets fully underway. Not only is there a doubleheader with these two teams, but there will be, as that one bloops out into center field, and down goes Martin. This game now resting on the shoulders of number 35, Solomon Harwood. Absolutely stacked lineup here at McDonald Island Park, though. Free Bannock breakfast from 8 till 10, a Canada Day parade at 10:30. Face painting, bouncy castles, and bubbles. That'll be at SMS Equipment Stadium, just to the left of us here at Legacy Dodge Field. This game gets underway at just in the afternoon here. As Harwood will go looking for that one. So 2 games tomorrow here. First one at 2:05. Second one will be at 7 o'clock. Love to see you down here at Legacy Dodge Field. There's the pitch. That'll go for I'll be in the dirt, looks like. That count goes 3-0 in favor of Solomon Harwood. So this game starts at 2 o'clock, first of a doubleheader. The best view of the fireworks you are going to find anywhere here, though, will be right from Legacy Dodge Field. So that will go for the walk, and Harwood will head to first base as Peterson sends his first one on. So apologies, I made a mistake earlier on, as it turns out that Javier Izaguirre Jr. Was not subbed out. That was the first baseman. So apologies for that one, folks. A little tough to see up here. Oh, on the count. That'll go up, and this one is over. Final score. Or is it? Maybe not. No, my mistake. Sorry, that looked like it was dropped down. It was not. Sun getting in the eyes here. Yeah, we got 2 down, 2 on. A little bit of hope left here for the Giants. Is what I get for taking a look at our outfield camera, which is just having a couple of technical difficulties here at the moment. So apologies. We'll have it worked out for you tomorrow. There's the pitch. Two down, 2 on, bottom of the ninth. 5 runs to make up here for the Fort McMurray Giants. Rally caps abound. Oh, and 2 the count now. Peterson going to seal this one away. Here comes the pitch. Swinging at that one, it will chop and throw it to first. Now this game is over. That will do it. Your final score: Energy City Cactus Rats 7, Fort McMurray Giants 2. And the revenge match will go tomorrow starting at 2 o'clock. That's going to be an incredible day. Best place to see fireworks in Wood Buffalo will be right here at Legacy Dodge Field. Your Giants get back at it tomorrow. We'll have a doubleheader for you. Can't wait to see you there. Thank you so much for joining this evening. My name is Graham Boseman. Thanks so much. Have a happy Canada Day, or as you Americans call it, Tuesday. We'll see you tomorrow right here on FloCollege. It's the WCBL. Take care.
We love seeing your fan moments. Don't forget, we've got fireworks still to come for Canada Day. And we want to thank you for coming to today's game. Drive safe. See you.